Brought to you in association with Grendel Press. This is Werewolf the Podcast, a serial killer drama.
Hello, this is Werewolf the Podcast, and this is episode 160, and this is your host, Will. Yes, I'm the werewolf, and I'm letting you see through my eyes underneath the dark skies for a night as I hunt. If you go down to the description, there are loads of ways in which you can support us. You can join the groups. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X or Twitter or whatever it is. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me in places you should never imagine to find me. You can also support the show. You great guys are doing that for me, and it's a wonderful thing that you do. So without further ado, let's start the podcast. This is inspired by William Brigg. I know, I'm being all arty and posy and all that kind of stuff. But don't worry, too much poetry doesn't come into it, because basically, I'm not very good at it. Enjoy! Rate us! Rate us! Rate us! Thank you. Songs of Experience. Wolf, wolf in the night, in the darkness out of light, to roam the world, the weak to die, all perceive you fearfully. The night pleases us. The darkness makes the heart of this beast beat with pure joy. The night swells around me, hiding me from those I do not wish to see, or see me. The urban city is perfect for my friends. Who are they, you ask? My friends, the shadows. I stalk through my friends who are happy to hide me. They know the work I do this night and are contented to help. They hold pervading evil due to their lack of lights. They like to cause harm or be an aid to such. As I freeze for a moment in a lightless arch, I raise my toothy snout to look up into the night. There they are. The stars of the firmament are pinpoints of brightness and hope in a swirly, clouded purple bruise of a dark and broody sky. The heavens look angry. Maybe, just maybe, it copies my mood. Am I so powerful I can make the sky reflect my disposition? Perhaps I am laying the emotions that I feel onto the night. Or maybe heaven is ill at ease about my hunt. I take a deep breath of the damp air. It is full of information that I need to absorb, process, and understand. The night is my world. My body has evolved, or I suppose some may say it was designed for just this. I don't care at which one of those you grasp. I just know that this night is where I belong. To perceive me is difficult, but what would you see? You would just see a hole in the dark, a gigantic wolf shape pinned on the wall of the world. My pelt is pure, matte black wire wool, a stealer of the light. I drink the light in. I am darkness personified. The only thing that you can see are my eyes of fire. Amber flames show my emotions to those who can truly glimpse them. It gets more complicated to be this beast. I am werewolf. I am we. Difficult to understand, I agree, that I can be I and we can be we, but with I, it is the truth. By God. That was a real Satrian sentence there, finding an understanding and a love of prose. When in the form of the werewolf or wolf, my mind is one half human, one half other, one half me and one half my brother, the wolf soul Fen. He is truly ancient, a spirit drawn from the past, from a tribe of wolves that were going to die. So they cast their essence into the hearts of men. We are I, and we are on the hunt. I want to find flesh and cause fear, to torture and tear, to rip and rend, to end life, to imbibe others into me, to steal wills before taking their heart as a juicy trophy. Not something that all can understand, I know, but some of you rare yearning flowers, seek pain and power like the plant seeks the sun. Some of you understand the darkness and have a will to follow your dreams. Some of you will never be able to explore this path. Your so-called morals fail you. Ethics cause a fateful stop to the action. You may fear the consequences of quenching your needs. But spend this time with me, this private time that no one else can comprehend or wish to understand, and we will make those nightmares come true for some, and make those dreams of blood and pain come true for you, and for you, and for we. Songs of Innocence. Little girl, who before me thou dost not know, to evade me, I will take the life, and I will feed. On the dark road you will be freed. Your death will be my true delight, softest clothing of blood that's bright. Your screams in such a tender voice, making all dark souls rejoice. Little lamb, who made thee? Dost thou know who kills thee? The damp streets are painted with the thousands of bright scent streams of those that pass. The scent of those that pass. The air itself is full of them. Let me describe the sense of smell for those with little in that way. Humans' best senses, sight. So let me bring you this visually. You cannot see the molecules that make up a smell, so how do I do this? The scent is as if we can follow coloured paths, the colour being the scent that you make. Imagine that all those little molecules are now a pretty colour. It's not hard, not too hard for your head, is it? You can follow those paths simply. We follow it from dull to bright. As the colour grows in its fervour, we get closer to whatever produced it. I can sense the young woman. Let's describe her by smell. She was recently washed, which is always a good sign. I like them clean. She has washed the soap from most of her body, but not quite all, which flavours the air as she passes through. She's used a roll-on deodorant. The smell is too localised on her armpits and stripy. Sorry, I can't tell you how I know these things, I just do. She's relaxed and only slightly drunk. She's had a few malted drinks, probably beer, and just one or two too many tequilas to make her think clearly. She's wearing a lot of leather. It's too much for just shoes or a bag, probably a jacket, and she's in the first part of her cycle this month. She is in a rush. The fresh perspiration tells me so. She has had sex tonight. I can smell the results of an hour ago tryst. I can smell the latex of the condom that was worn. Yet, she wears what should have gone in it on her lower back. That's enough of her smell, I think. When following it, I sort of do a reverse diffusion of sorts. I follow from a low stink concentration to a high stench concentration. At the end of the journey is the thing, the person, the item that I follow. In this case, this is a juicy morsel just for my delectation. I follow and feel. What do I want from this night's hunt? Possibly a panicked quick kill? A capture, torture and slow death? No. I'm going to slowly track. I'm going to show myself slowly. Create fear after disbelief. Then when she is ready, I will pluck her like the ripe fruit she will be. Now we play the game of predator and prey. Oh, don't think I'm not going to give her the chance to live, give her the chance to get away. That is not how this game is played. She just has little chance. The deck is stacked with me in mind. I've made it so. I have played the game for much longer than my little lamb here. We walk down a deserted, cold street. She should not have chosen this deserted, cold street. This is the kind of street that's only used to get to somewhere else of an evening. It itself is dead at night. There is no life except the odd wandering fox looking for the waste cast away from the day. During the day this place is vibrant, a site of warehousing and industry. A rare thing these days in a city. There are no cars, no people, and sadly at the moment, no foxes. That means no witnesses and no chances for my little meal. She wanders in an oblivious state of safety. She doesn't realise I am there. She stares blankly at the phone in her hand. She's talking to someone on a video call. They are male and seem to be incredibly amusing judging from her demeanour. How to play the game. A railway bridge is ahead above the road. It holds my favourite thing beneath it. The darkness. She is so focused that I make my way past her and under the bridge. This is the time to sow the doubt, to cause a moment to question, to cause that first subtle tingle of fear.
Anyway, Jem forgot her card, so Baz had to pay for all her drinks. I mean, he loved it, of course, because he really wanted to go out with her and stuff. So he starts getting us all pissed. I mean, he only works at McDonald's, but he's spending his money like he's a bigwig. Loads of cash all around. Yeah, so fucking funny. I think he thinks that Jen will, owe him a petty shag or something. She gets so drunk and then she starts... Aye, exactly. Everywhere. The bog walls are fucking splattered, man. I mean, seriously, she is yakking her guts up. Aye. Yeah. So Liz gets a taxi home with her? Aye. Nah, I feel sorry for him too. He totally thought he was getting his end away.
The space adds the reverb that my near growl needs. Just a little noise to make the prey part of her mind respond. She stops for a moment, her focus gone. She looks ahead as her body language shuts down and closes. She suddenly does not feel comfortable in her little too little dress, and she looks around her, trying to spot the source of the sound as she wraps herself protectively in her leather. "Hey, Kimmy," says the box. She doesn't respond. Her primate brain is processing, and she processes that she's been stupider than a low IQ brick. "Hey, Kimmy," the phone repeats.
Hey, Dale. I'm sorry to ask. I've nothing on my card or on my phone. I didn't connect. Oh, it doesn't matter. I spent it all. I'm fucking skinned, but I'm walking home and something's off, man. You call me an Uber. I'll give you the money back, I promise.
She asks. The video call shows the fear that she feels to the face that observes it. He does not doubt her for a moment, and a spark of empathy and care must have hit him. Yeah, of course. Give me a second, I'll get it there as soon as possible. I'm afraid I can't pick you up. I've had a few too many beers, you know. You can come stay here tonight if you like. Fen and I smirk at this sentence. He is a predator of sort as well. Not to feast upon her flesh, but to take his pleasure in it.
Aye, Dale, can you just get me an Uber as soon as you can? No, it's I think it's okay. I'll ping you my location.
Her voice holds an element of fear. How beautiful that is. The game has started properly. She has gained hope. Now to corrode that until he's so weak, she crumbles. 2 more moments with the phone, and then she looks around. She searches the shadow for darker shadows. The primitive mind is still strong. She looks for the threats. She scans the space quickly. I know that this scan is going to be too quick. She may spot a detail, but she will miss so many more. Her head turns to the bridge and there I am, the giant shadow of the wolf, a blacker shadow in the black shadows. I flash my eyes for a moment. The fire of my orbits bursts forth. Her breath stops. Her body freezes. Her heart skips a beat. Adrenaline pours into her veins. This is beautiful. She becomes the animal I want to hunt. She's now the lamb, and her survival is all in the now, and nothing else matters. We, Fen and I, revel in the moment as she transfers her feelings via the beacon she has become. Waves of fear roll away from those innocent shores. So now, ask yourself, what is worse than seeing the black shadow of a giant wolf with burning eyes? Oh, well done. That is a great answer. That shadow being closer is a good answer. But worse, much worse, is when that black shadow you're questioning is no longer there. She now has no idea where it is. Now the next moment of panic. Oh, the thrill. Fen and I sigh. We would be grateful for these little things. And we are. Now, a noise behind her. She turns. And there I am again. But there is no mistake this time. I am there. I sit below the streetlight. The orange of the sodium source soaks into my pelt. Again she freezes. Now she comes from a moment of disbelief to a moment of realization. I sit on my haunches. Her hind brain tells her this is death. With my bum on the tarmac to the tip of my ears, I measure some 8 feet tall, and now I yawn. A fake yawn, and doing so, I show her my teeth. I show her end. Those sharp weapons made for one thing and one thing only: to rip, shred, and tear. She screams but does not take her eyes off me. Wise. Truly wise. I stand and shake myself now just like a big dog. I send my tongue running over those teeth, sniff towards her, and then stop. I stop and I stare. Why? Come on, you psychos out there. Let me give you a few seconds to think why I did this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She turns and runs. I smile and trot after her. As the professor once said, the game is afoot. She runs and she cries. She looks back and weeps. I trot. She stops. I stop. Ah, a car. A white Nissan Leaf runs under the rail bridge. I sink back into the shadows. It runs up to the girl who stands in the middle of the road. The lights are her moment to shine, a spotlight to show her in the minute. Her makeup is now smeared. She hugs herself, beats the bonnet of the car with flailing fists and falls upon it snivelling in snotty relief. A man, about 37, doing this work as an extra to pay for the new family member, a father of 3, a vapour and depressed as fuck. His life is a trap. He did all that he was told to, became a professional, a history teacher in the local comp. He bought the house, he finances a car because his wife wanted to have an Evoque. He has live, love, laugh on his grey walls. Not his choice, but that of his lovely and adoring, sexless wife. He is not in existential crisis. He is in existential dread. In fact, he's simply existing. He's not questioning his existence, because he fucking hates it. He's existing. He dreams of the wild days at wild raves, the freedom of no kids and his wife who was once nice and fun is just now sad. The kids have made her sad. The kids that she wanted have made her sad, and he is her support. He is his support, because that is what men do. How do I know all this from his smell? I don't. But it is the story I formulate for the man with the glasses as he leaves the security of his car to help the little lamb. Mistake number 1. Relief floods her body as she sees him. She rushes to his arms and clings to him. He comforts the crying girl. He feels all manly and, dare I say, alpha and better. And he feels, yes, he feels someone to protect. How much better can it get? Hey, it's all right. He lies. He does not know he lies and never will. I know, but he gives her more hope. That's nice. Like a fish on the line, he gives her some and then reels it back. The line being hope. This is where I am a master. Give them a hope. Give them a sniff of it. Take it away. Build up the idea they are safe and then quash it. I'm a kind of musician of sorts, and my instrument is the human psyche. He lends her his arm. What a gentleman. Hey, it's gonna be okay, love. Get in here. He opens the passenger door for her and she climbs in. His words bring comfort. The seat in the car bring comfort. He smiles at her. A genuinely caring guy, a chivalric force in a horrible world. He has no false agenda. He just really wants to help and feel needed. He makes sure she's settled. It's okay, love. I don't know what's going on, but let's get you home, eh? He takes the seatbelt and reaches across her, being careful not to make any contact that may make her feel uncomfortable. He clicks it and stands now with a smile. There you go. See, love, you're all set. He doesn't finish. She sees it all. A fist through his torso. That's a thing a werewolf can do. I'm now in my wolfman form. The guts and the blood that follow the punch cover the seated lady, who is now trapped by a belt and the fact that she is prone in her seat. She screams, he screams as he looks at the arm that extends through his body. The screams reverberate through me. Thrill level number 3. Imperceptibly sexual. I grasp the man's head as I withdraw the arm. He has moments of agony as it's withdrawn. Most men cannot cope with any penetration. I hold him now and lift him. His and the lamb's eyes lock as his glasses fall and seem to take an eternity to hit the ground. I think that the next moment is always so intimate, done with a lover's caress. I bite and tear out his throat, letting the carotid arteries gout their life-giving fluid as they paint the sky with blood. He is failing. He shudders and I feel him die. I've over the many years and the many murders learnt how to recognise that point in humans, that sad point of failure. I work my teeth and jaws back and forth. I finish the bite to remove the head as the body falls. Even the sound of the corpse hitting the floor is such a thrill. I wait. She has her eyes closed as though that's going to make this all go away. Those closed eyes, tears leak from. She's shaking. She feeds me with emotion. She feeds me with what I need. A loss of hope. Her life is done. I take the head and the body of the dead man and disappear for a moment. I leave her in her seat in the car, alone. I let her soak in the feelings, and I let her soak physically in the gore. The horror, the loss. I marinate those feelings. It makes her a more succulent meal. Let the stress hormones flow and add flavour to that flesh. Now the question is, how long will I leave it? Oh, pathetic. She sits and cries. She's done. She has accepted that this is it. How dull. Time to finish. I walk to the seat. She will not look at me. She turns away and cries. I stand over her. She just sits a pathetic mess. I think that's it, Will, says Fen. But I want to play more. It's not... Nah, I think that's it, he tells me. I lean forward to her and give her the animal's kiss.
Brought to you in association with Grendel Press. This is Werewolf the Podcast, a serial killer drama.